Imagine a world where the environment itself has turned against humanity, transforming familiar landscapes into lethal, hyper-evolved ecosystems that view us as invasive species. You are part of a specialized recovery team sent into critical habitat, a quarantined zone where nature has reclaimed civilization with terrifying speed and biological ingenuity. But when you discover that this isn't just natural selection on overdrive, but a coordinated biological defense mechanism triggered by human hubris, you realize that survival isn't about conquering the wild. It's about understanding the rules of a new food chain where you are no longer at the top. Welcome to Critical Habitat, the pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Terrence King's eco-thriller saga. If you love biopunk horror tropes, environmental survivalism, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of facing a planet that wants you dead through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral chill of body horror with the profound weight of ecological reckoning. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's entry into the quarantine zone, thrusting them into a race against time to secure a sample before the habitat's defenses adapt to their presence. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of damp earth and rotting vegetation, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow could hide a predator that has evolved specifically to hunt humans. King excels at capturing the psychological toll of isolation, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just dead, but being consumed by the very world we tried to tame. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular survivalist hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting monsters. It's about understanding the complex ecology of a hostile biome, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior adaptation. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Critical Habitat lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unadulterated ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword. It's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Critical Habitat is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Terrence King has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.